Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kendra.
Our story began in August 2008. Kendra and I got married. We knew we wanted to have kids right away, so we tried, and we tried for 5 years. We went and got tested. Our doctor sent us to the Conception Clinic in Moncton, where we found out that there was a problem on my end of things. He recommended we do ICSI, which was the most expensive option that they had. We were pretty upset with the news of that we had to go undergo ICSI, for it was so expensive and we didn't have much saved up. But we worked a lot of hours, put in a lot of overtime.
Because we were working so much, like I was working 70 hours a week, and we weren't seeing each other. We didn't have date night anymore, and things just got really tough and rocky on our relationship. And so I guess we felt that our relationship had to be first. And so we said, you know, maybe we need to stop. And so it was hard. We decided to try again, but this time with a whole different perspective. So we didn't work the crazy hours, we just worked normal shifts. We kept our date night in, and we just knew, like with Jesus with us, that we could do this the proper way and that it would happen when the time was right.
So we did our first ICSI procedure, and we only had 2 embryos. But unfortunately, by the time that they were to be transferred on day 3, they had died. So by now, we've done 2 ICSI procedures. Both times, we never made it to the transfer stage because our embryos weren't healthy enough to survive. So at this point, we started looking into other options that we could do. We looked at egg donors, donor sperm. We also looked at adoption, and we began looking at embryo donors as well.
I just felt completely hopeless. I didn't know what to do or who to turn to. I didn't know where God was, and I just kept asking questions. And so that night I was able to open up my Bible, and I read through it, and as soon as I opened it, I felt so much peace and comfort, and knew right away, like, God is here. And when I closed my Bible after reading it that night, I actually had someone contact me through my Facebook who was looking to get to know her story, and she had told me that she already was going to meet with another couple who they were planning on giving their embryos to. So it didn't necessarily get my hopes up, but it was just almost like God was listening, you know. It's like Him telling me, I'm still here, trust me. So a few weeks later, to our amazement and surprise, this family actually contacted us again, and eventually they decided they wanted to meet us. So we went down to Ontario to meet them, and of course we were really, really nervous because Tim and I are both really shy. But there just wasn't any fear anymore. God had taken that away, and He gave us our words that day to say, and by the end of our visit that day, they actually agreed and told us during supper that night that they thought it was a great idea to have an open relationship, and they wanted to donate their other 4 remaining embryos with us. So we were all pretty excited to try to have one big family.
So we've spent the last 3 months collecting information like the embryologist report, making sure that our clinic can accept these embryos from Ottawa. So many of you guys have helped with our first 2 rounds of IVF, from being prayer warriors to helping Kendra with her needles, to just being there when we needed support. So we'd like to thank you all for that. In our first round of IVF, we felt that we had to do everything ourselves because it's hard to ask for help when so many of us have our own hurts and struggles that we're dealing with. So this phase of our journey is going to cost us about $10,000. So far, we have been able to raise $7,000 on our own to cover this next phase of our journey, but we'd like to ask for your help in raising the remaining $3,000. We are very thankful to Black's Embroidery, who have provided us with these cute onesies. If you'd like to help make our miracle possible and you'd like to donate, we'd love to give you one of these. If you have donated and would like one of these onesies, please email us at the email below. Not only will you be supporting our miracle, but if you don't have a baby of your own, you could give this as a gift, or you could even give it to the Pregnancy Resource Center. We have a puzzle that we'll be hanging up in our future baby's room And on the back of each puzzle piece, we would love to put the names of all the donors that have helped us make this happen.
Please share this video with your friends and family and continue to pray for us as we continue our journey. We believe there is so much power in prayer. Thank you so much for hearing our story.